Our panel is back. Radio host Tony Katz and former Biden surrogate Kevin Wallen. Gentlemen, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining the program. So, Tony, I'll start with you. This seems pretty simple, but it doesn't seem like Mayor Pete, Secretary Pete now, can figure it out.
Well, first, it's good to be with you. I lost a little bit of my voice, I guess, in that holiday season, but it's Pete Buttigieg who's lost control of the job. He was a bad mayor in South Bend. He's well over his head here as the Secretary of Transportation. But most importantly, I don't know if the FAA glitch is really his fault, but what he cannot do is prove that he knows what the job is. And we, Americans, can't understand why we have the whole position to begin with.
Yeah. So, Kevin, cross country, we're cross country, meaning we traveled over 600K miles last year. There is no cross country if we can't get on the planes. Mayor Pete is hurting our show, brother.
Lawrence, you're everywhere. I hear you. And I got held up coming back from Little Rock because of this same issue. Listen, Secretary Buttigieg is focused like, a laser on repairing our infrastructure. A lot of these situations involving this FAA software issue predate him taking office. But he is ultimately responsible for this. I'm so hopeful with the passage of this bipartisan infrastructure bill that will begin to upgrade and our infrastructure when it comes to flights, when it comes to the situation. Obviously, the Southwest personnel software issue is not under his jurisdiction, but certainly he can be doing more and will be doing more to advocate for passengers across the board. All those frustrations that you heard from Newark Airport revolve mostly around what airlines are doing and less what the Department of Transportation and the Secretary can actually do. The key thing for them is safety, and that's what the Secretary is focused on.
Focused like a laser on when he's taking military flights with his husband, when he can't stop a rail strike.
To go overseas as part of an official delegation trip, Tony. You're better than that. Don't bring that back up. That's silliness.
I missed you. I really did.
I missed you too. Happy New Year, Tony.
I got to go to another topic because this is actually serious. It's our national security. Kevin, the president of the United States was so gleeful when he was talking about former President Trump. And now we find out with the breaking news that there's been 5 more documents that he had in the basement or in the garage this time.
Well, Lawrence, I think that's why it was so important what you saw from the Attorney General appointing this special counsel, a former Trump Department of Justice official, to look into that, because we need to the extent that we can, take politics out of the situation. There are serious charges being leveled in terms of how these classified documents were handled. But the key difference that I see, just in terms of what has been reported, is between what is negligent and what is willful negligence. When the fact that we've seen just a handful of documents mishandled as part of what we saw coming out of the Obama-Biden administration compared to over 100 documents or so that were discovered at Mar-a-Lago. I think there's a huge difference here.
Tony, I'll let you have the final word on this, but
allow me.
He put it
Thank you so much, Lawrence. I appreciate it.
He put it in the garage. In the garage. I mean, come on.
In the garage, in his private office, at the UPenn Center, you have 2 options with Joe Biden and these documents. Either he's engaged in some neglect in handling classified documents, and that's criminal, or he's incompetent and he doesn't know he has the documents in these places. Yeah. The idea that he called the DOJ, he handed things over. You mean after he made the violations? Don't tell me he's a good guy because of what he's doing now and calling his lawyers.
There's total cooperation between the White House and the Department of Justice on this, which is not what you saw come out of Mar-a-Lago, my buddy.
I missed y'all, but we're short on time.
Comparing it to
Trump
have y'all back
is
next
laughable
silliness.
All right, I'll see y'all, fellas.
Can't wait, Lawrence.
Up next,